Steve, your other harness is done. This one, very similar to your other one. Obviously, this one is for a manual application. Okay, so you've got your water temp sensor here for your cluster. Okay, and your EFI water temp sensor. Everything, once again, has been wrapped up in a sprag cloth tape. We've added in you've got a connector over here for your alternator, okay, and then you've got another add-in because this harness came from a Land Cruiser. So your airflow meter used to run through your body harness, okay. So we've now built that into your actual engine harness, okay. So it's going to be pretty much the same thing as the other harness, which was Sequoia. That one came through on the original, and then you've got a third leg coming down here, and it goes down to your O2 sensor. Okay, all of your injector connectors on this harness were replaced. All your coil connectors weren't. They don't go bad. These just don't go bad at all. Earth strap once again on either side, so exactly the same thing as your other one. Okay. This is now you'll see I've got this wire coming through. Terminal's already been put on. We're going to build that into this existing connector. So this is the harness that you gave us your sub harness with. So when you get it back, your sub harness will just plug straight into that. You don't have to worry about this. It'll already be connected. Okay, and then the red one, same thing as the other one. You've got that for your main positive supply for the entire system. Okay. Earth strap over here, same thing on this side, exactly the same thing. And then you've got obviously your TPS and your accelerator position sensor. You've got your TPS and you've got your throttle motor control and clutch, okay, or power supply and clutch. There was a little bit of reconfiguration as far as this goes as well, because going from Land Cruiser to Sequoia, okay. The Land Cruiser we could not flash because it was a older system. So the Sequoia, you had the same thing. It was basically, you'll see here's your other computer. SIL is your communication line. So what they did it was actually kind of weird, on the 2002 Sequoia, they made it SIL on 11, which means there's no WFSE, which is your programming pin, or your reset pin, okay, force boot basically. So there's no way of reprogramming this ECU. So it's better for us to swap them out than it's exactly the same computer. Okay, so it's just now it's flashable. Okay, so SIL then moves to, I forget which pin it is, but it's no longer in 7. So this is basically a waste ECU. Front cam sensor, okay, and then exactly the same thing as the other one you've got for your AC. It runs down here, plugs into your crank sensor and into your oil pressure switch. Exactly the same thing here. Don't forget you've got that cavity back there behind your aircon pump, or probably I would run it through there rather than putting it in the front, but you can put it there and just tie it up to that water hose. Okay. And that's basically it as far as the main harness goes. Okay, your engine harness comes out of here for your ECU. Okay, you got a long piece on these harnesses, and then it comes out. You've got a T-piece, goes down to your fuse block. Exactly the same thing once again as your other one. Okay, you've got get that out of the way. You've got all of your fuses, you've got your engine light, you've got an earth terminal over there, starter relay, fuel control relays, and your EFI and your circuit opening. Okay, and again, everything's on the back of your fuse box lid. So any questions there, you just give us a shout. But it's all straightforward. Coming down here, easier than the other one, because like I say, this is a manual. I'll still obviously replace this and put the correct calibration data on there for you. But on this harness, you've literally got only these two connectors. So this is your main one to get it to run. So you've got your ignition fuel start, your rev counter, temperature gauge, oil light, charge light, and you've got your aircon clutch. Okay, and that's basically that. And then you've got this 4-pin connector, which which is basically your OBD2. Okay, so this, if you don't want it close to the ECU, let's say you want to bring it over to the driver's side or something like that, you can just cut that and extend the, it's not a lot, it's only 4 wires that go through there. Okay, but yeah, we flashed it on, we flashed them, most of them, we flashed them on the actual engines, so you know that this is all working. We'll do a test run now, and then I'll actually do a diagnostic scan again and make sure that you've got absolutely no error codes on the system. ECU has been deleted for transmission and all the rest as you requested or as it suits your application. Just plug that back in. Okay, so that's just the interface that we use for scanning and for programming. So that's all good. What I'll do is I'll put on the air intake pipe and then plug in the airflow meter, and then we'll give her a test run and we'll do a scan. Okay, so I have plugged in the airflow meter. I've explained about your pipe over here for your ventilation system on the previous video, so all of that stays exactly the same. Okay, client plug, so that's the one that you're going to be connecting to your vehicle. Very, very few wires on this one, being a manual application. Okay, but let's give her a start here. Again, I can't run her too long because I don't have a cooling system on it. What I'll do is I'll actually plug in a proper scanner so that we can see if there's any pending codes. This is what we use for flashing. Let me quickly get the other scanner cranked up and then we'll do a scan. Everything, if there is a code, it'll be held in memory. She runs nice. 2 UZs all run nice. Very, very, yeah, very trigger happy on the accelerator. So yeah, no, she's beautiful. Let me quickly plug everything in there and we'll do a scan for you. Okay, so plugged in the Bluetooth interface, okay, for the scanner, and you'll see now, remember, this has been, I don't know, I think you probably took this out of a GX, it could be a GX or it could have been a Land Cruiser. If it was a GX, obviously it would have been under Lexus, so just remember now it's going to be under Toyota, and it was flashed as a Sequoia, so if your scanner does ask you those questions, then just choose Sequoia. And we're going to check for ECM, ECT. And let's read. And you can see there's no DTCs, so that's all good. And your data stream, so you've got a lot of guys run digital clusters and stuff like that, you know, where it plugs into the OBD2 connector. I don't know if you're interested in anything like that, but let's select all just so we can see that all of this is all functional. So you've got all, you can see there, I mean, accelerator, learn value, blah, blah, blah. It's got all of that, okay. And it'll go on. So yeah, it's all reading, all good, runs good. Let me know if any questions or any technical that you need, and I'll be more than willing to upload any detail that you need to your folder.